Eintracht Frankfurt hosting Werder Bremen at the Waldstadion, or the Deutsche Bank Park. Both football clubs, by the way, have lost significant key players during the summer transfer window. They have made some acquisitions. I'll let you be the judge of whether the incoming players have met the standards of those that came before. There were 5 goals. 5 goals for us to react to. If you are Werder Bremen, you might want to skip this video though, because it doesn't end well for your beloved green and whites. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into reacting to this 5-goal fest served up to us by Eintracht Frankfurt and Werder Bremen, match day 1 in the Bundesliga. Since it's the start of a brand new Bundesliga season for 25/26, we are going to take a quick look at both of the fussball squads. Of course, the transfer window is still open. Still open until September 1st, but at time of recording, just after match day 1, we're just going to have a look at where both of these squads are so we can benchmark the quality they've got and see what the changes, both in and outs, the transfers in and out, see what impact that's had on the Bundesliga match that we're going to react to. Now, up first, Eintracht Frankfurt, Paxton Harrison. He's American. He was on loan at Utrecht in the Eredivisie last season. He came back. Of course, Frankfurt, or Die Adler as they were also known, their nickname, they went to America for some pre-season friendlies. Paxton Harrison was in that squad. He played a few of those games, but he's since gone to join the Colorado Rapids on a permanent basis. Of course, the Colorado Rapids is a team in the MLS. And of course, Thomas Muller, the legend that is, number 25 legend, he left FC Bayern Munich, if you remember, because he was out of contract. We'll put the politics to one side. Anyway, if not for the rest of this MLS season, most likely next season, going into next calendar year, Paxton Harrison is likely to butt up against the legend that is Thomas Muller. Anyway, so Paxton Harrison gone to the Colorado Rapids. Kevin Trapp, the goalkeeper, what is he, 34, 35? He's had a very distinguished career playing all over Europe for some major clubs. He's left a big gaping hole in that Bundesliga net for Die Adler. He's gone to Paris FC. I'll let you do your own research on them. That's another multi-club ownership group by Red Bull. So it feels like we'll have to go there because we've done, Salzburg, Leipzig, and formerly the Metro Stars in New York Red Bulls. So he's gone out. Niels Ramin, he's only 18, 19 years of age, a goalkeeper. He's gone to Brighton. So there's a chance that if you go and watch Brighton's second team, because they have the Premier League 2 here in the UK, you might see him in the sticks. You might see him in a future FA Cup game. Igor Matanovic, he's gone to join Freiburg as a striker, by the way. Didn't score many goals last year. 16 appearances in the Bundesliga, 1 goal. I believe he did add to that in the DFB Pokal as well. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of people have gone to Freiburg this year. Eric Jr. Dina Mbimbi. I'm not going to forget that name in a hurry, Abby, but one more time just for fun. Eric Jr. Dina Mbimbi, he's gone out to join Brest on loan for the season. And of course, the big miss, and he is fucking tall as well. Benjamin Šeško tall. Isaac tall, isn't he? Hugo Ekitike, 15 goals last season, plus 7 was 8 assists. I think it was something like 23 goal assist last season. He went to Liverpool for a big money transfer, right? So yeah, what have they done then? What have the Adler done to replace Hugo Ekitike? Well, they brought in, out of the gate, Jonathan Burkout. He came in from Mainz. He scored 16 goals last year in the Bundesliga, which has fast-tracked him into Julian Nagelsmann's Deutschland men's national team. Love Avro, that's a great name, isn't it? He's coming in from a team that we're actually we're just gonna butcher this one. Brahma Brahmakojkana. Feel free to clip that. Anyway, that's a team in Sweden in the Allsvenskan, the top tier league in Sweden, but he doesn't come in until January of next year, 2026. Ritsu Doan, the Japanese winger, the wonder, he's coming from Freiburg. Maybe that's why Igor Matanovic has gone the other way. Ritsu Doan came in, what was it, last year? I want to say 10 goals and 8 assists, or maybe it was the other way around. Anyway, he was on one side, wasn't he? And the old man, Grifaldo. Anyway, he was on one side, there was an old man on the other. Rasmus Christensen, the perennial gypsy, he's converted that low move from Leeds of the Midlands onto a permanent basis, so he's now part of Eintracht Frankfurt on a permanent basis. And Michael Zetterer, and that's going to be a tasty one, right? Because Michael Zetterer was previously the goalkeeper for today's opponents, Werder Bremen, so we'll see how he performed against his former club. Taking a minute to reflect on Eintracht Frankfurt's pre-season friendly campaign, because of course there was no FIFA Club World Cup. They didn't meet the success criteria as laid out by Gianni Infantini. FC Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund did both compete in the FIFA Club World Cup. We've got some videos on that in our YouTube vault. Feel free to go and check them out. Anyway, so they opened up the pre-season campaign with a 7-1 handsome win over a sixth tier side SC Weimar. Kevin Trapp scored in that game, and part of me wants to believe it was a chested volley from outside of the box. More likely he scored from a corner. Everyone got some game time. The goals were shared around. Then they went and played FSV Frankfurt, local side, bit of a grudge match, although there was a bit of a difference. Of course, FSV Frankfurt do play in Liga 3 in the Dritte Bundesliga. Then there was this pre-season trip to America that we talked about when we were mentioning Paxton Arison. They played against Matt Aston Villa, a game that they were behind twice and came back and drew 2-2. Then they went to Louisville, and that was a game that was in some absolute blistering heat. Not that we were there, but just from the highlights I've seen and some of the reports that I've read, yeah, and there was heat on the pitch as well. 7 goals in that game. Frankfurt winning 5-2. The goals again were shared about. Johnny Burkout was in on the action, as was Niels Nkunku. Then they went to Philadelphia. We did go there, and that video is still in the edit. That's one of our last FIFA Club World Cup ground topping vlogs, when we went to the Abraham Lincoln Financial Field to watch Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Hala Madrid, why nada masa? Where Real Madrid, and we don't care about what anyone else thinks, they were playing another Red Bull club in RB Salzburg. I will try and get that video at some point soon. Anyway, a 2-2 draw with Philadelphia of the MLS. Then there was a trip to the UK where they lost 1-0 away to Fulham, the poshest football club in England. And then it was into the DFB Pokal where they won 5-0 away against FV Engers, a Regionalliga, so a 4th tier side. It looks on the surface of it like it was a walk in the park for Eintracht Frankfurt, and to be brutally honest, and again, Werder Bremen, please look away, it feels like there was a discernible gulf in class. Yes, Frankfurt were missing their talisman up front in Hugo Ekitike, but by their virtue of scoring 4 goals, and it was shared around, you wouldn't think they missed him that much, would you? That also doesn't say a lot about Werder Bremen, who, again, similar to Oli Werner, which is sort of ironic, really, because Oli Werner was dismissed as the head coach in the summer. He's gone to take over as head coach at RB Leipzig, and they got absolutely embarrassed. Pants pulled down around their ankles, losing 6-0. 6-0. Vidi Printer has to type that out in brackets. SIX. 6-0 away at the Allianz Arena to FC Bayern Munich. So yeah, there is a football manager style rebuild going on at Werder Bremen. We've called out some of the transfers as part of the build up to this reaction. It feels like Stefan Horst is going to have to work miracles to pull in some more talent, and also he probably has to look a bit higher than where he was, because of course Stefan Horst was managing in the Zweite Bundesliga, in Bundesliga 2 last season with SV Elversberg. Yes, he was close. He was close to taking Frank Smith's Heidenheim to penalties, but what I'm trying to say is they've got to punch up, and they've got to look for some talent that's a lot more classy than what they've got at the minute. Werder Bremen might agree to disagree. Anyway, let's look at the events as the action rolled out there. It took until the 22nd minute for Can Uzan to score an absolute fucking, what would Alan Partridge call it? He's got a foot-like attraction engine. Liquid football it was. Liquid football. Hugo Larsson, the Swede, chest it down, little through ball. to the pretty much in front of the goal. So we're talking, what, I'd say 20, 22 yards out, and he unleashes this foot-like attraction engine, and the shot just goes way above Bauhaus, not as in like the beer house, but yeah, Backhouse, Bauhaus, the goalkeeper. He's only 21 years of age, not had much game time since being out on loan at FC Volendam in the Eredivisie. Just on that side note, by the way, the goalkeeper for Werder Bremen, and again, Werder Bremen, feel free to close your ears. 33 games in goal for FC Volendam, conceded 80 goals. Wow! And that's your keeper, because of course Michael Zetra up sticks and literally has gone to stand in between the opposite sticks for Eintracht Frankfurt. Anyway, an absolute potential, if not goal of the season, then goal of the first half of the season. Because of course Germans, practical, sensible, mindful of the adverse weather and the impact it has on safety and quality of life of the fans, let alone the players and the support staff on the pitch. They take a winter pause in December. I reckon this channels and potentially a goal of the first half of the season. Yeah, go and check it out on Ask Jeeves. And then it's true for a lot of teams that when they build up momentum, one goal brings two, and in less than 3 minutes, Jean-Matteo Bahoya, can I get a Bahoya? He scored. He ended up scoring a brace in this game, but this goal came from an assist by the guy that scored that opening goal, that screamer, Chan Ozan. Tidy little build-up play in the middle. Chan Ozan gets the assist off to John Bahoya, and it's a dinked in ball, it's a header in, and again Backhouse has got absolutely no chance for 2-0. That's 2-0 inside the first 25 minutes. And pretty much from the kickoff in the second half, the ball is lumped upfield by Johnny Burkout. Backhouse and Felix Agu's playing as a left back, gets into all sorts of trouble. Agu tries to play the ball into the middle of field, presumably to Senny Leinen, the Belgian, the CDM. It was intercepted by Hugo Larsson. He laid the ball off into the box, and it was that trio of Johnny Burkout laying it off to Chan Uzan, who then lays it off to his left for John Matteo Bahoya to stroke the ball home for his second goal. It's a brace from the Frenchman, and like I say, within the restart of the second half, Werder Bremen are now staring down the barrel. It's 3-0 to Eintracht Frankfurt. To Werder Bremen's credit, they do pull a goal back. It's scrappy. It starts in their half. Marco Gruhl, the Austrian striker, who did, in the first half at least, he had a free kick from 22 yards out that Michael Zetra pushed out, and Frankfurt managed to clear the ball. Anyway, Marco Gruhl intercepted. The pass went through to Justin Nijma, however you want to pronounce it. He was bearing down on goal in the left-hand channel. He was turning Arthur Thete, the Belgian, with that Belgian bun hairstyle inside out, cuts inside onto his right foot and unleashes a rasping shot inside of the post of what would have been Kevin Trapp, but it's now Michael Zetra for 3-1. And again, it got me thinking about that subbed on chat with Werder Bremen in the heart of New York City, where I recall he said he wants to put 10 goals, or he predicted 10 goals this season for the likes of Keke Top and Justin Nijma. Well, there's one, so 9 more to go for Justin Nijma, and they're probably going to need it if they're going to turn out into games, well, or not turn up into games and end up being 3-0 down within the first sort of 47, 48 minutes. 3-1 then became 4-1. This was a move that epitomised how lucid and how quick Frankfurt are at getting the ball turned over and then just breaking free. So Nemandi Collins, who's just been recalled to the Deutschland men's national team by Julian Nagelsmann, he intercepts an advancing move from Werder Bremen. That's inside his own half. He looks up, sees that Eli Wahi, who came on as a substitute, by the way, was free. Ball goes into Eli Wahi. He lays it off to Faris Chabi, the young Algerian. He's running dead centre on goal. He can see to his left-hand side that oncoming other substitute in Ansgar Knauf, who was a subject of a potential switch to Liverpool last year. Yeah, I think Liverpool under Arne Slot put in a €25 million bid for the young German. Anyway, Ansgar Knauf picks up the ball, first time on his left foot, just hits it, and it goes beyond Backhouse, nestled into the bottom corner of the goal. He's on the deck, but he gets up, celebrates with the raucous Val Stadion or Deutsche Bank Park crowd, and that seals it. Yep, and the game ends Eintracht Frankfurt 4, Werder Bremen 1. Looking at the stats in the game, the possession was in favour of the home side, Eintracht Frankfurt, 53%. Total shots, 18 of which 5 were on target, plus 4 big chances, 2 of those missed. So 50% of the big chances that Diadler created, they did miss. That's versus 10 shots, also 5 on target for Werder Bremen, lacking in respectable and goal-hungry strikers, because of course they have lost Ollie Burke and Marvin Dushk in the summer transfer window. Passes, this is intriguing. So the home side, 467 passes, which equals a 85% pass completion rate, versus 433, an 81 pass completion rate for their opponents Werder Bremen. Interesting that 200 of those touches, or passes, sorry, were in Frankfurt's own half, which means they were very attacking, because 267 touches in the opponent's half, 35 touches in the opponent's box as well versus Werder Bremen's 23. And quite a disciplined performance from Frankfurt, just the 1 yellow card versus the 3 from Werder Bremen. Also worth highlighting that Werder were defending for their lives. 32 clearances, 4 blocks and 7 interceptions made by a team that still, despite all that hard work, all that I would say Marco Gruel, that Marco Guile, didn't end in the result that Stefan Horst was hoping for in his debut as head coach for Werder Bremen. Looking at individual performances, we'll start with the lineups. Again, Eintracht Frankfurt playing that classic gegenpressing 4-2-3-1 versus Werder Bremen's, well, it's like a mirror match, right? They're both going at it with this gegenpressing performance. Breaking it down into individual performances, there's Can Uzan, who was the superior player of the match with a rating of 9.2, had the most tackles in the game as well at 3. Played for 75 minutes, 1 goal, 2 assists, and, well, a goal from his shot. So that's a 100% record for Can Uzan. Jean Matteo, can I get a Bahoya? The Frenchman's only 20, 67 minutes played, 2 goals, no assists, but did score from the 4 shots that he had. 51 touches as well in the 8 of those, 51 touches all told, 8 in the opponent's box. And Ritsu Doan, the Japanese winger wonder that came in from SC Freiburg, 83 minutes played, no assists, 2 shots, 53 touches, 6 in the opponent's box, and took 3 corners. And then we'll have a look briefly at Romano Schmidt. We like him on Football Manager, playing him as an attacking midfielder or as a playmaker, can also play as a winger, but attacking midfielder, 25-year-old Austrian, played for the 90 minutes, 1 shot from 58 touches, 3 of those in the opponent's penalty box, 4 passes as well into the final third. What do we think of that then, people? I'm calling out to all you Eintracht Frankfurt fans, or fans of the Eagles, the Adler, SGE. What do you think of that? 4 goals at home, plus a crucial win, the goals cheered around. It's almost like you've gone, Hugo Ekitike who? Ekitike who? Oh, is that a palindrome, isn't he? Yeah, we had him. We sold him on. Made a fuckload of profit. You need to reinvest it. But it didn't show that you were missing him, because you scored 4 goals. And then conversely, on the other side of that, because for every winner there's a loser, Werder Bremen conceding 4 goals away from home. 3 of those pretty much in the first 48 minutes, because you did concede from the kickoff. You're lacking some strikers. There's some ill discipline at the back. Feels like a new goalkeeper, someone that's got some clout, is desperately needed, because as cool as, and as I'm sure as gifted as what's his name, Karl Ryan as gifted as he is from Arsenal on loan, you're missing Zetterer basically. You've got your back 4, but you probably need some younger heads. Yes, there's Ned Stark and Anton Friedel in the defence. Yeah, you are missing the likes of Oliver Deeman. Jens Stark, of course, you're missing him because he's out. So you're missing some senior players due to injury. It does happen. It's the start of the season. players are put through their paces as part of pre-season training. Mitchell Weiser, Jens Stage, Oliver Deeman, Amos Piper, and the new guy in from Leeds on loan, Maximilian Wobert. They're all out injured until, well, Wies is potentially with a cruciate ligament is out till March, April. He might miss the entire season, you know. Jens Stage until September, Oliver Deeman till December. He'll be gone till December. Amos Piper, wake me up when September ends. This could be, and as obscure and tenuous as a musical link as we're ever going to get, from Green Day to the Green and Whites, it could be wake me up when the season ends for the likes of Werder Bremen, because you can't be turning up to every game conceding 4 goals. Stefan Horst, yes. Did he find his was he standard Bundesliga 2? Because it feels like it's a big leap to go from there to the Bundesliga. Time will tell. Anyway, if you are out there, Werder Bremen, you fancy dropping me a comment, anyone can do that. It's down there, isn't it? Comment section's down there. It's got your name written all over it. Thanks as ever if you've got this far in the video. It means a lot to Gonzo and I. Just thanks for your support. Please keep it coming. You know how to do it. 2 fingers, double pivot, 1 smash the like, 2 hit the subscribe, and when you're out and about and in with a shout, let people know. Please spread the word. Let's try and get more people involved. Let's build up the Discord. We can all grow together. Anyway, Eintracht Frankfurt looking class. We predicted them to finish second. It's looking great. They've got a Champions League campaign coming up too as well. We're going to cover the Champions League draw for all the Bundesliga teams in a future video, but for now, yeah, the Adler, Attila the Eagle will be sitting proud on his or her little perch, on their perch, after a 4-1 dismantling of Werder Bremen. We're going now. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.